comfort. Welcome to Divine Apparel, your ultimate destination for trendy fashion that speaks to your soul. Whether you're looking for the perfect t-shirt to express your personality, a stylish snapback to complete your look, or a cozy hoodie for those chill days, we've got you covered. At Divine Apparel, we believe that every piece should empower you. Divine Apparel, where your style is a reflection of who you are.
Welcome to another edition of Moorish TV. I'm your host, Brother Tariq FBA. How you doing this evening? I hope you are doing well. I'm doing well myself. I had a show planned today. However, I ran into some technical difficulties, and I wanted to make sure that everybody would get the proper information and entertainment that I could provide, the best that I could provide. You dig? Yeah. So I rescheduled. What up, Steve Austin? So I rescheduled the Jive Turkey Awards. And normally when I usually do it on that Thursday, or I do it that Saturday, because it's always a Thursday. So, and I wanted to give you the best that I had. What's up? Happy holidays, Joe Gilmore. I want to give you the best that I got. And so I ran into a few technical difficulties. So I figured what I would do is I would open up the chat for all of those who's talking. Where is that guy, Mariano? Mariano was talking to me about the census, and he was going in. Where is the guy that was talking about how to eat to live? Where are they at? I mean, where they at? You know what I mean? They talk a lot in this chat, right? And different between me and a lot of other people is that I'm going to make sure that I put the link out there. So there'll be no, like, if there wanted to be a discussion, here is the discussion. Come on in. I'm going to listen to you. You know what I'm saying? Come on in. What's up, Royalty? How you doing, brother? Listen. If there's going to be a discussion, let's have the discussion. You know what I mean? If you feel as though that the NOI hands are clean, come on up in here. Let me hear what you got. If you feel as though, do you still speak with Christopher Foote? Yeah, I have no problem with Christopher Foote. No problem whatsoever. He's been laying low. I don't know what's going on with him lately. I seen him in the chat recently. And he mentioned that he was coming back through. So yeah, I don't have no problem with Christopher Foote at all. I mean, one thing about me is if you don't come at me sideways, you know what I mean? I joke and clown sometimes, but if you don't come at me sideways, man, I've never got no problem with nobody. It is what it is. But I wanted to open it up, family. Remember the guy? I'm gonna see if I can email this guy real quick. Let me see if I can email this guy. You know what I mean? Let me see if I can email this guy. Y'all remember the guy that was talking about the census, and it was kind of weird, man. Let's bring him on here, man. Let's bring him on, man. They ain't got time to play, man. Listen. So today, family, we gonna have a preview of some of the runners up for the what we call it, the Jive Turkey Awards. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we gonna have the runners up for the Jive Turkey Awards. Family, I got Lord Abba on that demonstration. I got, who else we got on that demonstration? You know, we got Tariq on that demonstration. We definitely got Tariq on there. People, you know, some people saying that Wesley should be on the up and running for the Jive Turkey Award. Anybody think that? Where's the link? Here's the link right here, brother. Can you see the link? Right there. There's the link right there. I just put the link in the chat. There's the link right there. But people say, I don't think Wesley should get a Jive Turkey Award. I just don't think he's genuinely giving a balanced research. You know what I mean? Considering all the evidence. Y'all think Wesley should get a Jive Turkey Award for real? I don't think Wesley should get no Jive Turkey Award, man. Nah, not Dr. Wesley, man. Nah, he ain't no Jive Turkey, man. Or is it? Wesley ain't no Jive Turkey, man. We can't do that to Wesley, man. But anyway, family. Oh, let me show y'all. Let me try to show y'all something else, family. I hope y'all be supporting me, man. I gotta get out. I gotta get out and handle this trial I got coming up, man. I'm gonna need all the support I can get, man. This is gonna be a doozy, man. Oh my goodness, man. It's still, man, it's expensive. Good goodness of grace. But let me see. Fairs Divine. I got you, my brother. We got somebody in there. Let me see if I can. I hope y'all went and checked out my website, man. I mean, I hope y'all check it out before Monday. You know what I mean? Because before Monday, I'm going to have a bunch of new stuff up there. I just uploaded some new stuff today. I like this joint here. Y'all see me wearing this. Let me see if I can screen share this. Let me get El Su Typhon up in here. Let me get him up in here, man. What's up, my brother? Man, look, let me first say, brother, I appreciate you and all the support that you have shown throughout the years. And I'm just saying, just tuning in. Whether you agree or disagree, it really doesn't matter. Is that I've known you for a couple years, quite a few years now, of tuning in. So I'd appreciate that. Now that we got rock and roll, let's rock and roll. Let's get it.
Yeah, you know, because you do be having some interesting stuff that you be talking about, and it be type informative. I don't agree with everything you say, man. You know what I mean? But you do have some informative things, and I take a lot of heed to some, a lot of things you be saying. I agree with you, but we could agree to disagree without being disrespectful to each other.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely, bro. You know what? I think that's a problem in our community. The moment that we disagree, we want to translate that into hate. We want to translate that into now we got to be disrespectful. Now we got to see who the toughest. You know what I'm saying? Nah. Let's just battle it out intellectually, and when it's done, it's done. And hey, you go your way, I go my way. When I see you again, we piece it up. You know what I mean?
That's it, man.
But what you agree? What you disagree with? I've been going on lately, bro. Anything?
Let me see. The last time I was checking in with you, you had the brothers up there, the Panthers.
Do you rock with the Panthers?
I agree with some of the principles,
right.
The principles of the organization. I belong to no organization, you know what I mean? I'm a servant of the people. But when I say the people, I'm talking about these people, the people that live in places like this,
there you go,
and rejected.
Bro, why you look like that's around my old way somewhere?
But unless you in Newark, New Jersey, where it's wrong, you know what I'm saying?
It's the East Coast.
We down in the trenches, you know what I'm saying? Where the people that need the most, with the light of God need to be shown that. So this is where we at, you know what I'm saying? Every day, all day, this is what we do. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't out here, we not selling no drugs. We pushing positivity too, you know what I'm saying, to the youth, because old men got to seek counsel in the youth. We need them.
Hey, so in Newark, New Jersey, right, bro? It be wild out there. I'm in Baltimore, so it's similar. It's very similar in many, many ways. But in Newark, New Jersey, when you dealing with the atrocities that you see every day, and then you go on these internet spaces or these internet platforms and you watch how people talk about our problems, do you associate those who are not even from there that can are you of the thought that they cannot even identify with the real problems, bro? Like, for instance, when I see somebody laid on the street, literally sleeping on the sidewalk,
right,
and people walking around them like it's nothing, literally, like it's nothing. You know what I mean?
Right.
When I see people sitting on like a church step and they putting something in their arm or putting a pipe to their mouth, this is what's going on every day. You know what I'm saying? But then when you look at people, and yeah, I'm gonna name drop the guy. You look at people like a Tariq Nasheed or something, and he's saying this is going on in our community, white supremacy going on in our community, and you're saying to yourself, and I'm saying to myself, like, bro, you not affected by this type of community? What are you talking about? How do you see that from your angle? Because I see it as crazy, bro. Because I actually have a empathy for what's going on. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how do you see it?
Well, I also have a true empathy for what's going on. As far as the guy that you talk about, you got your little smoke with him. I think we talked about that before and everything like that. Like I told you, as far as with him, I don't have no allegiance to him or nobody else. But at that time, I thought. But what to get to answer your question, what I'm saying is, I'm not saying him particular, but there are guys who is out here, the money changers, as I like to call them, who cannot and will not ever be able to relate to these people. You know what I mean? Like there are those, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that brother in particular.
I feel you. I feel you.
You know what I mean? Like, but there are a bunch of them. You know what I mean? They took this information, they ran with it, and they making money off of it. You know what I'm saying? Like you know worse, you worse than a Baptist preacher or anybody that's just, you know what I'm saying, doing empire's things with the word. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, bro, and that's what I think the internet has come to. The internet has come to, and I was talking to somebody about this before. It's come to the point where now they cut into the preacher's pocket, because now everybody got their own rendition of preacher. You know what I mean? So the preacher would talk and would soothe every little soul that comes in so they can get every little coin. Now the subject matter might not be Jesus, but the same ideal that they use to soothe people's soul to get them coins, it exists on the internet. So they might talk about, we need to build a community. They might talk about, like, I stepped out there, was like, man, we need to build something. I put it out there for everybody. Lackluster support. Okay, I let it go. You know what I'm saying? But then you have people like Umar. He talking about he gonna build a school, and when he talk about it, he got little children around him. Now these little children got beards and mustaches and children, and he's still talking the same thing.
GS, can I ask you one honest question, man?
Come on with it, brother.
What is your problem with Dr. Umar? Why you don't?
I love Dr. Umar. Let me get it. No. I'm gonna tell you my problem, though.
Tell me to be honest with me, man.
This is it. This is it.
Hold on.
What
he do, yo? I thought he was a stand-up dude. You know what I'm saying? Besides, you know, they trying to attack his character. I thought he. What did he do that was dishonorable though?
I love that question.
Because the white boy don't really want him to open that school.
No. I like that question. I like that question.
But tell me, what did he do? Be honest. Tell me, what did he do dishonorable, man?
So, brother, I've been around for quite some time. Like, even before social media, I was loud like this. I was always expressive and everything like that. So I really dig Umar, right? I really dig Umar, and I remember when Umar came out of the trenches with the close crop haircut. I still got old videos, DVDs of Umar that I probably could bring out and show you right now. You know what I'm saying? Old video. And when Umar was talking, I had went through as a child. When he was talking about hyperactivity, ADHD, and all that, and they wanted to put people on medicine, when he first came out, that was his thing. And I could relate to it. And I was like, yeah, he on to something. When Umar started talking about the school, I'm like, yeah, that's what we need. Let's get it. You know what I'm saying? But after about 5 years, I'm like, hold up now. Because I've been in the business of home improvement, and you live in Newark, right?
Yeah.
To fix up a bandominium.
A bando.
To fix up a bando, bro.
Yeah.
If you just one person and one investor, it's just you. Or you just one person and you got people helping you, but there's no real team there. One bando can take you a year or two.
Right.
Just one. And we're talking about 3,500 square feet tops, 2,500 square feet tops. Umar Johnson has 2 schools. Literally, these buildings are the size of 2 schools.
Yeah.
Right? There's no way mathematically possible that he will be able to pull this off. And this is why. There's too many variables. He knows it too. There's too many variables because I've done home improvement. There's too many variables. Number one, before you even get to the completion of the rehabilitation, you know, I ain't talking about the electrical, I ain't talking about the flooring, I ain't talking about the paint, I ain't talking about none of that. You gotta consider, do you have a budget to run a school yearly? If you don't have the budget to rehab it, then of course you're not going to have the budget to run it. You understand what I'm saying? So just mathematically, it's not possible. Now, if Umar was serious, he would take one of the schools, sell it, take one, fix it up, get it up and running, show people what he can do. And then everybody would gather around him, and then he can have this major project. But that ain't what he's doing. So what I'm saying is I have nothing against Umar, but it's mathematically impossible for him to pay nurses at a school daily, for him to pay grass cutters, for him to pay snow removers, for him to pay trash removers, for him to pay. You understand what I'm saying? We ain't even get to the rehab. It's a budget that you need to run a school. And so what is he doing now? Bro, I see the school as a billboard. It's a billboard. And he's going to keep running it until he sell it. Because it just doesn't make sense mathematically.
Do you believe that, you know, I don't know this, maybe you know some insight or some things that I don't know, but do you believe that it could possibly be the powers that be? You know what I'm saying?
No. It's money.
That throw little monkey wrench. I mean,
no, it's money.
I don't know. Maybe you know.
It's money.
I don't know.
It's money, brother. It's money. We're only talking money.
But where will he get resources? You think the man really gonna let him open up a black-owned school?
Listen, what I'm saying, the man,
pocket, like, be for real, man.
Yeah, listen, the man don't have to let him. He got to downsize and let himself. He got it. He jumped in the water too far. I believe sincerely.
Spend some of your expertise on. That's what brother to brother.
Listen, I've already tried to talk to Umar. Umar don't listen to nobody, man. I walked in on Umar lecture here in Baltimore, man. Umar, I love Umar, bro. Look, Umar see my video. Umar see my videos, and he's like, "Oh nah." I said, "Man, let me buy it." My wife is a supporter of Umar. I said, "Let me get a book from you for my wife." He said, "Yeah, and tell your wife she can come to the school when it opens, but you can't come because you." I seen all your videos. And let me say this one thing I do like about Umar. Umar is not one of them type of guys that, and I don't think he's soft or anything, but he's not one of them type of guys that try to go guerrilla. He literally talked to me and was like, nah, you can't come to the school. When it opened, you can't come. Your wife can come, but you got to say, man, my wife ain't coming down there, man. And he started laughing. Umar is not a bad guy. I think his intentions was in the right place. I'm just saying mathematically, it's not going to happen.
So in short, you
and the white man ain't got nothing to do with it.
You saying the brother don't have the resources to
he don't have the resources. He doesn't have the expertise. Nor does he need, brother. He need a board. You know what I'm saying? He can't be one man show, not for a project like that. I mean, you can't be it doesn't work like that. And so because I know that, and I have Umar being an intelligent brother, I'm sure that he knows that too.
I think that he's an intelligent brother too. Now I just wanted to
know. So you understand, when we hold people to be intelligent, then we got to hold them completely to the level of their intelligence. If we say that Umar is intelligent, and I believe that he's an intelligent brother, there's no way in the world that he doesn't know that this is mathematically lopsided. There's no way he doesn't know.
I'm saying he can't get an E
he's intelligent.
He can't get an E for effort though.
Brother, his intentions was good. Let me tell you what we do, bro. Let me tell you what we do. Say for instance, let's put it because you from Baltimore. Say for instance, we let's use the trap for example. We in a trap. Something go wrong.
Yeah. And
we all in. And somebody want to change their mind in the middle. Do they change their mind in the middle?
They ain't gonna do that. They ain't gonna fly, bro.
They can't change their mind. So he's too far in. So he's too far in. He has tooted his own horn for over 10 years. Now, what would it sound like that he says, listen, I'm just gonna scrap it because there's no way we're gonna get it done. Now mind you, because of the state of social media, he'll be able to recover because he is a great social media personality. Let's not take that away. He's a great social media personality. But many people that have stuck with him, they're just going to abandon him at that point. And he need all the coins he can get.
I don't know. You know, I don't ever really hear him begging for change like that. But I'm saying I ain't into him like that either.
You say what? Every time he go live, he say hit the cash app. FDG Academy. Hit the cash app. FDG Academy. Nah, he should though. I don't have no problem with somebody reach. I don't listen. I don't have no problem with someone doing something for our people and asking our people for support. That ain't the issue. The issue is, how long does it take? Is it practical?
Sound like my stepfather. My stepfather on this hill about to school.
Yeah. How long does it take? Because listen, brother, check this out. During the time of us coming out of slavery, right?
Yeah.
And we didn't have the resources to build schools. We took a house, a shack, and called it a schoolhouse and taught the children. That's what they did. And they called it a schoolhouse. These children came out smarter than a lot of European that went to schools that were sponsored by the state. They came out smarter. And that's why you have a lot of inventors. All of the inventors that came out of these little backyard schoolhouses prove that you don't need something major to have a major effect. So when you start talking about the traffic lights, and you start talking about the elevator, and you start talking about things of that, you know what I mean? These came out of little shabby little schoolhouses and under duress of mental slavery.
So in other words, you say we could get more with less.
That's what I'm saying. It's just not mathematically. It's not mathematically making sense.
Before I get up out of here, I got one more thing I want to touch bases with you on. I've been going through your little archives, man. And it's one time you did this video on this Joker down the dial, man. You know what I'm talking about, man. And I think you said this Joker was like related to George Bush, that Joker Adam 22, man, because he's setting the young brothers and sisters up.
You want me to bring it back? Want me to bring it back?
See that. I need
you want me to bring it back?
Again,
bro, no. Forget the video. Let's do an update.
Yeah, let's do an update on that.
No, he's definitely them peoples. Without a doubt. When you hear that song, did you hear the song that I did? It was called Wrap Up for last year. I see Tazoriak on. Oh, he didn't dropped off. I say something, but I see Tazoriak on the podcast with the Fed and the cop. And then I say something about I can't wait for the cap to come back. Something like that. But whatever the case may be, yeah. Somebody said, bro, anybody can hit the link right now. Just don't come up here cussing, family. You know what I mean? I had to do this because I said I couldn't do the show I wanted to do today. So what I had to do was just come in and then we do a show today. Bro Sanchez got offended because black people ain't never had ish, and he teaching black people they ain't. Listen, Brother Sanchez is the most confused brother I've ever seen. One of the most confused. Let me say this. One of the most wildest brother I've seen since the internet got jumping with this social commentary is Young Pharaoh. Young Pharaoh. I watched his rise to fame. I watched when he came in. I watched when he went nuts. And I watched where he's struggle streaming now. But Sanchez, I remember Sanchez was milking the flat earth thing. He had them Europeans over there. He had them over there cash apping. I mean, the super chatting. And at the end of the day, he ran that thing so much. He ran that thing so much. And then he tried to come over to what they would call the conscious community side and begin to debate the flat earth stuff. And he just made a total fool out of himself. I don't know what Sanchez is a piece of work. I don't know. Like, who is this guy? Where does he come from? What does he represent? Like, come on, bro. And then, he tried to expose me one day. I'm like, man, I don't even know you, bro. Expose me. Do your thing, bro. You just nutty, bro. Thank you for saying my name. But, man, yeah, Sanchez, he out there. Yeah. El Sutton, I'm gonna do a reboot of that. Yeah, Sanchez out there. He out there, man. He nutty as a fruitcake. Like the whole thing about this flat earth thing, right? At the end of the day, let's say it. At the end of the day, his argument is that the earth is flat and the government is lying to you. My thing is, why don't you get a plane, take a trip to the corner of the earth, and take your camera phone and show us what it looked like? Why can't you do that? I think it would be, if it would be that simple. Couldn't it be that simple? Is it too cold? What's the issue? Why can't you just take a boat? Why can't you just take a boat, do something, and just take your camera phone and show us? Barry Crumbly, I'm gonna call you tomorrow, brother. How you doing? How you doing, brother? What you been up to? What you been up to? Anyway, I wanted to email this guy that told me, in fact, he was talking about the census, fam. Do y'all remember the guy I was going back and forth, you know what I mean, about the census? Anybody remember? And he was saying something like, he don't got to come on. His name was Mariano. And he was saying, when Tariq said black is on the census, and everybody was like, nah, it is on the census. That Lord Jamal believes that the earth is flat. See what I'm saying? Come on, Lord Jamal. Like, let's say it is. Okay, now what? Don't the government lie to us about things that is actually deeper? It affects us deeper than somebody talking about a flat earth. What about microplastics in foods? What about that? Like they fooling us about the earth. They fooling us about the earth, and that's a big deal. But all the other things that's going past and going over our head? Come on now. Somebody need to go look at some videos about some processed food and see what's in it. A lot of stuff that's in food ain't even food. And you talk about the trickery about a flat earth. Okay. Go on, get a little plane, get a Cessna. I call a friend of mine named DJ Airman. I'll do my best to raise some field money. My money funny, my change strange. But we'll raise some money for the gas, and would you fly them to the edge of the earth so they can cut out this nonsense? That's it. And the thing is, you ever notice that they never bring a pilot on? They never bring, they always just have these crazy outlandish theories. But flat earth has been a money grab for a long time. How about Dane Calloway? Omar Santana, how about Dane Calloway? I like this conversation. Man, come on up here and talk to me. Listen, this big Dane Calloway, Harriet Tubman is a real man. Listen, this stuff is a grift. Let me tell you something about social media, right? And I learned this from, and I'm gonna tell you, I learned this from the Conscious Community Group. Polite in particular, he could make anything relative. Anything. I'm telling you, I don't care if it's 5G. I don't care if it's COVID. Whenever it came out, somebody, Polite and the rest of them, they knew everything about it. Like, good goodness gracious, how they know all this stuff? It just happened. So social media have allowed people to be convincing on topics that they're not even qualified to talk about. And so anything can be relative in social media. Man, I remember on the conscious community circuit, a brother said that a man can have a baby. Hold on, how it was that the woman can have a baby, and if the woman transition or leave the man can produce breast milk. And was so serious that the man can produce breast milk. Yeah. That the man and was serious. Like look you in your face serious that the man can produce breast milk. I'm like, man. And they debated it. So on the internet, this conscious community thing, let me tell you this. I used to thought that the conscious community was a real thing. I thought these was a group of elevated people You know what I'm saying? I thought they was a group of elevated people that was getting together and they was chopping up information in order to refine themselves. And I remember when I went to New York for the first time. When I went to New York for the first time, because I used to get off of work before I got on the internet. I used to get off of work and I'm tired, man, and turn on this conscious community stuff. And I was like fascinated. I was like, wow, these guys are intelligent. And then I start checking up on stuff and like, man, nah, that don't make sense. That don't make sense. So I was like, when they started doing these attack videos, I was there when it transitioned from knowledge and going back and forth and debating knowledge to the attacks. Then when they started doing these attack videos about the Moors, right? I was like, man, nah, a Moor got to step up. This is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? This stuff is ridiculous. Yeah, I was like, the royalties. He remember. He's like in the beginning, what he say? In the beginning, that stuff was high. Absolutely. So I remember. I was like, man, I want to go out there and see what's up. You know what I mean? I wanted to go up there and see what was up. You know what I mean? Because they was going hard on the Moors, man. Said the Moors enslaved every black people. Y'all remember that? Press 7, y'all remember that? That the Moors enslaved black people. Y'all remember that? The Moors enslaved black people. And then they would show some people up in the Congo with fezzes on and all that. I'm like, those are not Moors. What are you talking about? I mean, and everybody's like, yeah, Moors enslaved people. I'm like, no. I'm looking at my TV like, no. Those ain't Moors. Those people that's with Napoleon or something or somebody. I was going off looking at the TV. They thought everybody with a fez on was a Moor. I was like, man. Then I found out they was disingenuous. I tried to debate SETI. He wouldn't take debate. But let me back up a little bit. When I seen, and y'all know this part, when I seen Sabir Bey debate SETI and the Brooklyn Moor, I forget his name. I don't know where he at today. But when I seen that, it broke my heart, family. When I seen Sabir Bey just get beat around and down intellectually by SETI. SETI was up there. No, you dumb nigga. No, man, the Moors didn't enslave Africans. Your ancestors was enslaved by you Moors, you dirty Moors. I was like, oh, goodness gracious, you're dumb Moors. I was like, oh my God. I was like, oh my God. Yeah. And look, Dr. Ben always told us that Dr. Ben, I was like, oh my goodness, he was just dragging him. I was like, man, I got to start me a YouTube channel. That's what motivated me. I said, I got to start a YouTube channel because Sabir Bey was getting smacked around like a rag doll. So when I went up to 125th Street, I went up there and I just observed the first time and I was like, man, they playing games. The second time, I just observed. I ain't say nothing. I just watched. Second time I went up there, I said, I got on camera, just let them know who I was, right? Because I was like, they're going to see me again. I said, big up for Sinetta, putting out all the information, you know what I mean, doing everything for our people when it comes to information. Shout out from Baltimore. I was like, he going to remember this. The next time I came up there, I came up there 3 times. The next time I came up there, I came up that joint ready to go in. And the objective was to get there and to deal with some of this misinformation. But then I found out they didn't care about the information. So the point that I was making, I said all that to say, the point that I was making is they never really cared about the information. They only cared about grabbing people's interest, building views, and selling some sort of product. They never cared about that. You know what I mean? They never cared about that. The only ones that I think was genuine is, I mean, out of the few, I think Tazariak was genuine. I also think Sankofa was genuine. I also, in some weird way, anybody remember Shaka Atmos? Anybody remember Shaka Atmos? I think Shaka Atmos was genuine to his understanding, but he just had a mixed information. He would debate anything that he was unqualified for. I seen him do a video about the Moors, and people was like, "You going to address that?" I'll say, "Man, how do you address this craziness? You can't address this stuff." He talking about the Moors got the Bible, Circle 7, Quran. I'm like, what is he talking about? I can't bait this guy, man. But nevertheless, so family, what I wanted to do, I wanted to open this up and for anybody that wanted to come in and holler at me, man. I like what Big Bro L did. You know what I mean? He said, "What you got a beef with Umar Johnson?" Now, I really don't have a beef with Umar Johnson. In fact, I never had a beef with anybody. I only wanted to challenge information. I never had a beef with Tariq Nasheed. I only wanted to challenge information. He chose to go on a campaign and say I was a registered sex offender. I mean, I never wanted no beef with Tariq Nasheed. Never whatsoever. I only wanted to challenge the information as it relates to FBA, ADOS, and as it relates to Moorish, African American, Afro-American, etc. I mean, he chose to jump out the window and put up piece of papers to try to prove that I'm a registered sex offender, some crazy stuff. You know what I mean? But anyway, I wonder what happened to that guy, Mariano. Mariano, are you watching? Are you watching, Mariano? Hey, family, what do y'all think about the conversation? Baby Lane Stanfield said, "I believe you and Tariq would have been a good team, bro." Let me say this. If Tariq was genuinely about what he was about, as it relates to the image he portrayed, yeah, Tariq ain't never been about that. Tariq ain't never been about what he say he about. That's an image. That's an image. Tariq ain't like once you get knee deep into the research like I've gotten into, and you know what's going on, what's really going on, Tariq never really been about that. That's all image. That's all image and character in order so people can buy into something. But Tariq ain't about that. Just listen, if you want to know, I mean, if you want to know what someone's about, ask yourself this. How often, now he might do this later on in the next few months. Remember I said this, family. How often do you see Tariq Nasheed out casually with family, friends, and just doing nothing? Everything he does is a sales pitch. Everything he does is a sales pitch or a propaganda campaign. Everything he does. I'm in Atlanta right now. Anybody know where the good food at in Atlanta? Where's the good restaurants in Atlanta? That's the call and response degree that people learn in broadcasting school. You know what I mean? That's the call and response thing. You know what I mean? You get people involved. I'm doing it right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting you involved so we can build a conversation. But this is what he does to try to sell people something. Yeah, anybody know any good restaurants here? He's been there. He's been Atlanta 1,000,001 times. He has a rental property, or I don't know if he still have it, but he formerly had a rental property in Atlanta. He's frequent Atlanta when in his teenage years. So what do you mean any restaurants in Atlanta? But that is to engage conversation. I mean, so everything. So this is how you know that a person is not really about this uplifting. They're not really about the things that they say they're about as it relates to social advancement, because you never see them in an environment that is predicated of that. That predicates that. You never see that. You never see them in an environment with regular people. You never see them in an environment just doing things like people call grassroots. You never see that. So I can't even, for the life of me, I don't know how people fall for the okie doke. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, when you look at a Martin Luther King, and of course, none of us have reached that level, nor has none of us even aspired to reach that level of grassroots. But when you look at Martin Luther King, as big as he was, when you look at Malcolm X, as influential as he was, when you looked at them, they was with the people, amongst the people. I mean, they was with the people, amongst the people. Go look at the pictures. They wasn't behind no barrier. They was with the people, amongst the people. To their detriment, that's how, you know what I mean, that they let too many people in their circle, but they could have solved that by keeping the people out of their circle. But even so, they were always amongst the people. You know what I mean? Always amongst the people. And anybody that, when you look at what's the guy name? Gregory. What's the comedian guy name, man? He was real bizarre, made some bizarre claims. You know what I mean? Man, I forget his name. Anyway, he used to be Dick Gregory. Very bizarre brother. But let me tell you something. Even though Dick Gregory was a bona fide Hollywood guy and then turned into one that was giving up social commentary, you can catch him at the grassroots levels. You know what I'm saying? Let me get this. Timbo Slice. How you doing, brother? I appreciate you. Timbo Slice says, bro, he went from conscious to con artist. Well, I'm of the thought, Timbo Slice, that he's never been conscious. He's never been conscious. All of that was the hustle. And that's what we have to understand. All of it was a hustle. If you go back and look at some of the stuff now with a new mind, all of that was a hustle. Let me get DM. He said, right or wrong, Tariq is smart, good talker, charismatic. I give him credit for debating Fox News. Family. Tariq is right wing. So Fox News, debating Fox News, let me ask you this. How do a person get a debate on Fox News? You really believe that that's a debate? Listen, before social media, there was propaganda. In order to push controlled opposition. See, in media, you need the good cop, bad cop concept. So Fox News need one that is going to oppose, but it's all orchestrated. It's all orchestrated. And that's what we have to understand. It's all orchestrated. So, and when you really get to the nitty gritty and you understand that Malik Zulu Shabazz went on Fox News and went back and forth with people. Tariq Nasheed, go on there and go back and forth with people. But now that social media is more in demand, you follow me? It's more in demand. There's no need to go on Fox News anymore. Fox News is not going to pay a Tariq Nasheed to come on there and go back and forth with anybody. They're not going to pay anybody there to go. Now, when you look at like Tariq Nasheed Radio, you see he has opposition that seem choreographed. Like the opposition that comes to speak against FBA, they seem choreographed. They don't seem like genuine people coming off the cuff, just straight organic. It seems to be orchestrated. Like, and we should be able to see through that. We should be able to see. We've been watching this a long time. We've been seeing this a long. Listen, this is the thing about social media. Social media has given us the ability to gather information. I mean, to gather information. So if someone been on social media for 10 years, you should have 10 years worth of information to be able to see if the person is or is not who they claim to be. It's just like Al Sutton said. He said, man, I like the video you did about No Jumper. Now listen, you can go from the video from No Jumper, or you can go from the beginning of me coming to YouTube. You're going to see the same consistency. over and over and over again. Over and over again. You're going to see the same consistency. If you go into people 10-year travel through YouTube or social media, and you start seeing it's a change with this, it's a change with that, it's a change with this, it's a change with that, it's a change with this, it's a change with that, that's suspect. That's suspect. Because every time a new social topic come up, they change. Every time a new popular ideal comes into play, they change with it. That's suspect all the time. Let me get, hey, Paige, we doing it on Saturday. We doing it on Saturday. Who are the candidates? I got you, brother. We doing it on Saturday. Let me get Timbo Slice. Timbo Slice say, I just don't like the fact where the Europeans are on one code, and that's oppressing black people, and we need unity, not disunity. Well, let me say this to you, Timbo Slice. We will never have unity until we clean our own house. The thing is we can't be desperate for unity and not clean our own house. Because if you unify with someone you don't know who they really are, then you're going to have a fox in the hen house. You're going to have a house on fire. You're going to fail before you even start. One thing that we have never done, I can say this, one thing that I can say we have never done throughout the history of chattel slavery, I can't find in history where we checked each other. And what I mean by checked each other, let me use the term that we have never screened each other. We always screen the European. We always screen somebody else, but we never, ever screen us. And that's a major problem. If we are trying to move on one accord, then we shouldn't be offended if someone say, where you come from? What's your birth name? How did you get that name? How did you get that name, Tahaka Bay? I know your mama ain't named you Tahaka Bay. You coming to me asking me for XYZ. Where did you get that name Tahaka Bay from? I shouldn't be offended. There's no way I should be offended. If it's sincere, you know what I'm saying? And that's what you can find in our history. I mean, somebody said, what I'm doing to clean Baltimore. You keep mentioning Tariq Nasheed. Come to Baltimore and I'll take you on a tour of exactly what I do. You're welcome to come. Come to Baltimore. That's one thing about me. I'm not going to keep, hey, people that follow me know exactly what I do. You don't follow me, so you don't know what I do. You know what I mean? People know what I do. People know my contribution, but you don't follow me. So if you got to ask that, I know that you don't follow me. So I don't owe you no explanation. How about that, anointed one? How about that? How about that? Now, how about that? If you don't follow me, then you don't know what I do. So when you ask me that, I don't owe you no explanation. Because anybody that follow Tahaka Bay know exactly what I do. And if they don't know, they can go to my Facebook page. They can go to some of these older videos, scheme through the, yeah, you scheming, but let me skim through the videos and go see what I do. But I don't owe you no explanation. You don't know me. You know what I mean? Yeah. Anyway, come in here. Let me see what you do. Come on up in here. Listen, and another thing I want to say to the anointed one, anointed one, okay, brother, come meet me and I'll show you what I do. I used to live right on Barkley and 20th. If you on Greenmount, I used to live right on Barkley and 20th before they remodeled back in the day. We can meet and I can take you around and show you exactly what I do. But at the end of the day, I'm going to ask you to assist me because we need some help. I'm going to ask you to assist me. You ready to assist? Somebody said, why aren't you going after the white man instead of downing the fellow brother? I'm not going after anybody. I'm pointing out inconsistencies. I'm not going after anybody. Don't you take that illusion and try to bring it into reality. I'm not going after anybody. I'm pointing out inconsistencies. We know the inconsistencies of the oppressor, for the oppressor have been inconsistent for the last 2,000 years. Haven't the oppressor been doing this? If you believe in Jesus, haven't the oppressor, the Roman government, been doing this since the time of Jesus? Why do I have to keep on talking about what the oppressor is doing when we supposed to already know? The thing that we don't know is what we're doing. We don't know. We don't care what we're doing. See, that's a distraction. When someone keep talking about the white man, that's a distraction. Listen, if you want to solve your problems, the first thing you must look at is yourself. The first thing you must say is, what part do I play in this? Secondly, you look outside yourself. We have yet to look in ourselves. If you want to save yourself, you first have to come up of a conscious mind and say, how can I better this situation for myself? You don't look outside yourself. That don't even make sense. You look in yourself first, and then you work outward, not the other way around. So when people keep on talking about the white man, that's suspect to me, because we already know what the oppressor does. He's been doing it for over 2,000 years. The oppressive European has been doing it for a long time. We supposed to be the gods of the universe. We supposed to be the founders of civilization. We supposed to be very seasoned and educated on what is going on the other side as it relates to the oppressive European. We should be very educated on it. We shouldn't have no problem to identifying that. It's been over 2,000 years. You follow what I'm saying? So yeah. So let me get PSE Richard Millie. Really, I like you joining me. Appreciate your commentary, but I'm gonna have to let you go now. You definitely helped out the algorithms with your comments. What's his name? PSE Richard Millie said, "Shut up," and I appreciate that, because every time, see, this is how crazy we are. See, every time someone type something in the comment section, "Shut up," "F you," or whatever the case may be, every time they do that, it helps the algorithms. So as you say shut up, and as you tap in and watch the video, you help the algorithms. And so I really appreciate that. So, but I'm only going to give you about 5 shuts up, because that means that you got me up in the algorithms. I don't need you no more. I don't need you no more. So if you don't like me, the best thing to do would be turn away. See, this is how intelligence works. This is how intelligence works. If you don't like me, the best thing to do is not to tune in and debate with me. The best thing to do is ignore me. Because when you tune in and you type in the demonstration, you're helping me out. You're helping me out. See how oxymoronic that is? That's oxymoron. You're really assisting me. You're helping the channel to grow. And don't let you come up here and cuss me out. Oh man, we might get a viral moment going on up in this demonstration. See, we gotta think a little bit smarter. We gotta think a little bit smarter. If you don't like me, you don't watch me. But if you watch me, you're helping me. So you really like me. I appreciate the view. I mean, you know how you see 100 views, 100. I appreciate it. You know, we out here struggling with it. You know what I'm saying? We out here struggling with it. We blackballed all these social media streets. So we need all we can get. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, family. So another thing I'm gonna do on here, family. I don't know. Would y'all like this? Would y'all like this? Would y'all like? I want to do a Moorish World, not a Moorish World TV. I want to do a Morish Science Temple of America show on here. I want to rip this guy intellectually. His name is Sharif Anil Bey. Now, I really wouldn't do it on this show because I don't do a lot of Moorish content on here. But I really want to address a few things. The brother Sharif, all your little innuendos and sneak dissing and all of that, brother. Sharif, you know you don't want none of this. Let me show you something. Sharif, Hey, give me a minute, fam. Sharif Anil Bey. I'm not Brother Reggie. I'm not Short Bus Reggie at all. You understand? When it comes to this Morish Science information, brother, from a historical perspective, I'm only speaking, brother, there's nothing you can say that can get you out of the web that proves that you're not only wrapped up in this Masonic nonsense, wrapped up in this this Shriner nonsense, but even the organization of the Moors that you are with, they all wrapped up in it too. And what you are teaching has nothing to do with the Morish Science Temple of America that was founded by Prophet Noble Drew Ali. And I can prove it. Now, if the citizens here on Moorish World TV say they want me to do it, I'll do it right here. I won't do it on Facebook. Put a 7 if you want me to show you the misinformation and the disinformation and the illusion Moorish groups that are out there. Put a 7 up there. If you're not interested, then just put a 6. But if I see more 7s, you're going on the thumbnail, you better pray. You better pray. Sharif Anil Bey, you better pray. Because if I see enough 7s up there, you're going on the thumbnail. Yeah, you're going on the thumbnail. You're going on the thumbnail. And then I'm going to use your own sound bites because you sound crazy. See stuff like this. DM, watch this. DM say, I would like to know the link with Deuce Muhammad's, Dr. Suleiman, and Canaanite Temple and Moorish Zionist Hebrews. Let me say this, DM. And this is what I deal with. This is what I deal with. There is no evidence, none, not one shred of evidence that Prophet Noble Drew Ali was affiliated with any of these groups. Not none. Now, the Moorish Zionist Hebrews seem to have understood the concept of Moorish as well as the connection to the Hebrew lineage. You follow me? But I'm telling you that is pseudo at best. When Moors say that Prophet Noble Drew Ali started the Morish Science Temple of America and it was known as the Canaanite Temple, that is pseudo at best. And what I mean by pseudo, there is no evidence to that. None whatsoever. It seems to me that they made it up. So let me give it to you. So when people were saying that stuff, I actually did the research on it, right? And I was like, okay, the Prophet Noble Drew Ali started the Canaanite Temple. I said, let me research this stuff and let me see, does it pass the litmus test? So I go and I research. I look up the Canaanite Temple. I look up the Canaanite Temple in Jersey, and then I look up the Canaanite Temple other places around the country. So what I would find is that they was going off of this letter. The letter was pseudo. The letter was pseudo. It had no signature on it. The letter was talking about that on a Friday, they buried somebody, and they say the Friday was the date, like hypothetically speaking, they say on a Friday, it was the 19th of May. And then you go back, look at May, Friday, 1910. You can do it on the internet, like, that ain't a Friday. I mean, like, a lot of the details that was in the letter didn't even match up. And then they said that Drew Ali was working at a electric company, Western Electric. I go and look up the archives. Was there a Western Electric in Newark, New Jersey at that time? It wasn't. But guess what? There was a Western Electric in Chicago, which gives me the idea that someone in Chicago wrote the letter and faked it like Prophet Noble Drew Ali was a member of the Canaanite Temple to create a story. These Moors have created crazy stories. The Moors created a story that Prophet Noble Drew Ali went to Egypt, got lost went up in Cheops, or that's one rendition, got lost in the pyramids and came out between the paws of the Sphinx. And then they said, he found his way out. He's the Egyptian Adam. I said, good goodness gracious. I said, good goodness gracious. So now my thing was this. If that's the case, how did he get there? They came with a better one. He was a laborer on the ship. He was a deckhand. He was a deckhand. Okay. Outside of this stuff being passed around, where can I find any shred of evidence? Any conversation from Moors, the time of the Prophet? I can't find nothing. Then another story, DM, yeah, you got me, DM. Another story is he went to Saudi Arabia. They recognized him as a prophet, and they named him Sharif. What's his name? Sharif Ali, something like that. Okay. Where is the ship manifesto for that? What? Nothing. He never called himself Sharif. He never called him. This stuff is fugazi. Same thing like people call him, say he was born Timothy Drew. He never called himself Timothy Drew. People called him that, but he never called himself Timothy Drew. He never called himself Timothy. Never. So these people have made things up over and over and over and over. I mean, last but not least, DM. They say Prophet Noble Drew Ali went to the White House and asked the president, the sitting president, let my people go. The president said, and I'm going to paraphrase, bring 5 people. Said the prophet came back with 10. Said, okay. Bring 100. Said the prophet came back with 200. Now, it's not specifically these numbers. Came back. Sitting president said, bring me 500. Said the prophet came back with 10,000 people. So the president at the time gave him the right, the European now, gave him the right to teach Islam to his people, let him in the White House into a dusty cabinet to go and get the Moorish flag, retrieve the Moorish flag, and bring it back to the Moors in America. That's what they teach little children too. That's what they teach little children. I said, what? That's a historical event. We should be able to find that anywhere. Nah. They just make this stuff up. They just make this stuff up. You know what I'm saying? What's that what they say? I'm telling you, the Moors make this stuff up. That's that Sharif stuff. Sharif and them, they love that stuff. They love that stuff. I'm not saying that Sharif believe in that, but one of Sharif leaders actually says that. I mean, he runs that story. I mean, Moors mentioned all the way back to Virginia colony, Barbados, slave coast. Yeah, Moors predate even the term Moor. So, but that's not the issue. The issue is that Moors of the Morish Science Temple of America, of these different persuasions, they just make this stuff up as they go along. They just make this stuff up as they go along. And they get mad at me, no different than when Tariq Nasheed got mad at me because I questioned the legitimacy of FBA. They get mad at me because I question the legitimacy of these crazy stories. I mean, them stories are crazy. They far-fetched. They don't make sense. You know what I mean? They don't make sense at all. Yeah. But anyway, Anyway, every time, why is it every time I open this mic up, all those that challenge me never want to come forth? Let me see this. Family, do y'all remember that I had the conversation with the guy about when he was talking about black on the census? He was talking about black on the census. He not here, but I'm gonna go ahead and go over that for real quick. Let me go over that. So listen. The thing is that I played a clip. Press 7 if y'all remember that conversation the other night. The thing is that I played a clip, and the clip says that when people come over here, they are automatically black. And Tariq Nasheed, the show was about Tariq Nasheed or something, and he says that no matter where you're from, like he's crossing, he's like he's trying to cross back over to Pan-Africanism. You follow what I'm saying? And he says something to the degree that no matter where you're from in the world or the diaspora, that when you come here, you automatically black. He said it's even on the census. And I said, no. So I screenshot a census, and they seen that it says black, African American, and then under that, it had Haitian, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I was like, nah, that ain't the case. And so it was a guy named Ephraim. Let me see. Let me show you. It was a guy named Ephraim. Not Ephraim. I'm sorry, Ephraim Colon. It was a guy named, I forget his name. I just say Mariano. It was a guy named Mariano. And he said that, oh yeah, it's true. When you come over here, you automatically consider black. I said, nah, brother, it don't work like that. So he was wanting to debate me, but he stood me up. And so I was like, man, I'm not gonna play these games. I had emailed him, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So now let me just share with you a little bit that I was going to share with the brother. I was going to share a little bit with this guy. Let me show you what I'm talking about. That there you go. There you go. Filipino guy. And he was Filipino, because I had to check him out myself. Let me see if I can throw these up here real quick. Let me see. Yeah, we're gonna go over this real quick. If I can find it. Because I mean, I can't debate the guy, but I can give some explanation. Because many people like, let me just screen share it. I was gonna try to download it on the show, but let me just screen share it. Let's break it on down. Let's just break it on down. Okay. All right, there you go. I hope y'all can see that. Let me see if y'all can see that real quick. Let me see if y'all can see that. All right, there it is. So look, let's go over this real quick. In 1930, Mexican was put on a census questionnaire as race. Now everybody know that Mexican is not a race. Are we clear on that? So just because the government try to call you something, don't make you that. You know what I mean? Mexican is not a race. Was put on a census questionnaire as race. This was during the Depression, and it was a time period when the government was rounding up people. They used the census in the 1940s to locate Japanese Americans for internment camps. So people didn't want to identify on the census because they were afraid of the government. So one thing that we know, the history of the census was more diabolical than what people even understand. So it said in 1925, the League of the United Latin American Citizens, a Mexican-American organization formed in Corpus Christi, Texas. One of their main organizing efforts was to get Mexican off of the 1930 census. They protested, we are white race. We are Americans. Now listen to this. The Mexican government itself protested the category because the entire Southwest used to be a part of Mexico. And when it was taken over by the United States, they promised Mexico that the Mexican resident there would be treated like full citizens. Well, at the time, they had to be white citizens. So that's where the whole issue came about Mexicans, specifically identifying as legally white, but socially non-white, right? It worked against them in some ways because they claim segregation and discrimination. Family, I'm not debating the word Mexico or Mexican or nothing. I'm talking about the census. Soy tupre. I'm talking about the census. I'm showing you how the census have been flexible and that the census is not definitive and no one can identify you. That's what I'm trying to say. Because the guy was telling me that if I fill out the census, I automatically identify as black, and anybody in the world that come over here from a country that is considered to be melanated, they identify as black. And I'm saying that's not the case. And so what I'm showing right now is that the census has always flip-flopped and went back and forth. Like, you can't identify nobody. They identify themselves. And then ultimately they would address that on the census. So now, the census, what does the Census Bureau mean by race? The Census Bureau collects race data in accordance with the guidelines provided by the U.S. Office of Management and Budget. And these data are based on self-identification. Isn't that what I said? It's based on self-identification. Why is it based on self-identification? Because back then, they was identifying people for what they wanted them to be. And this is what I was saying to the guys. Like, no, nobody can identify you. You self-identify yourself. It said the racial categories include in the census questionnaire generally reflect social definition of race recognized in this country and not attempt to define race biologically, anthropologically, or genetically. People choose to report more than one race to indicate racial mixture. This is what I was trying to explain on that show, that no one can define who you are. We are in a world where you can self-identify yourself. You see what I'm saying? What do you say? Well, why people identify as FBA if people can identify? No, you listen what I'm saying. You can identify whatever you want. Identify as ever you want. But you got to remember that the founder of FBA, let me put this up, the anointed one. Well, why can't people identify as FBA if people can identify themselves? Because the founder of the term FBA say it's only a lineage. It's not a nationality. It's not an identity. It's not a group. It's a lineage. That's what he says. It's a pedigree. That's what he says. I don't say that. So it's not a self-identifying term. Do you understand that, the anointed one? It's not, according to the creator of it, Tariq Nasheed, it's not a self-identifying term as it relates to race. It's a lineage. It's a pedigree. You follow what I'm trying to say? That's what the creator of it said. That's not what I say. That's not what I say. Unless he change it next week and say it's a race, then you say, okay, I'm FBA, it's a race. But if you are FBA and claiming FBA, you've been saying the same thing too. It's a lineage. It's not a group. It's a lineage. It's not y'all been saying this, not me. But let me finish this. It says, people may choose to report more than one race to indicate their racial mixture, such as American Indian and white. People who identify their origin as Hispanic, Latino, Spanish may be of any race. In addition, it is recognized that categories of race items include both racial and national origin or social cultural groups. Now, they might can fall under a social cultural group. I don't know. But that's not what the creator of it has said. He defined it as a lineage. That's all. He said it's not a group. Press 7 if you with me. Press 7 if you with me. You got to remember, I didn't say this. You got to remember, I didn't say this. That's what he said. That's what he said. So when we talking about race, it's not a group. I mean, now let me go a step further. This is what I was going to do to Marciano. I mean, so this is in New Zealand, right? New Zealand on their census, this is what they use on their census, right? Let me see if I can underline this real quick. New Zealand, this is what they use on their census. If I can find me something to underline this, let me give me a stick or something. I don't see nothing to underline this with. But if you look at the bottom, it say inter-ethnicity. And they got right there, they even got the more on the New Zealand demonstration. Y'all see that? Let me see if I can blow it up for y'all. At the top of there. New Zealand, Maori. You see that? You see that? Hold up. I'm going to tell you what I identify as. I'm going to show you in a second. I'm going to tell you in a second. So listen. Remember, it says, hold up. It says, the categories, race includes both racial and national origin or social groups. Right? The improvements on the census happened in 2020. But it started with Obama, where race and Hispanic origin questions designed data processing and coding procedures. So they changed the census. So when Mariano and all the people say it's a subcategory, they do have some. Is this person Hispanic, Latino, or Spanish origin? No, not Hispanic, Latino. Yes, Mexican, American, Chicano. Yes, Puerto Rican. Yes, Cuban. And then under here, it has other. But that doesn't necessarily, according to the rules of the census, imply that you are of one of these groups. If you say, for instance, if you put Native South American, but you don't identify with the Hispanic, you don't identify with the Latino, you don't identify with the Spanish people yet, or the Spanish speaking people, yet you grew up in the jungles of South America. You can't say, okay, that's a subcategory of Spanish. That don't make a sense. That don't make sense. And so you say the Spanish stuff is a bunch of trick questions, just like the absolutely, brother. That's why I say they can't identify you. And so look, when you look at this here, when it gets to people that identify as black and white, this is how the census look today. And I already told the guy I did a debate on this, so you can't play me like that. I did a debate with Sharif. I mean, I wanted to debate Sharif Bey. He said, just put black on the thing. I said, nah, if you don't identify as black, why would you put black on the thing? That doesn't mean that our people is not our people. But I'm going to tell you something. So look, it say, what is this person's first race origin? Mark X or one of the boxes and write in specific races. So you have white, you can check that. And then you can write in specific race. You know what I'm saying? You got black, African-American, or Negro. And then you can write in whatever. And they even got and so on. Now, people might think that imply that you are associated with the race and this is a subcategory. But that's not how the example is explained. You know what I'm saying? But just in case, you don't want to be associated with these terms that you don't identify with, they have a check mark right here so you can self-identify. Some other race or origin, print race or origin. But remember, it also is a social group, right? So I would put Asiatic, Moorish American, or Moorish American. Moorish American is a social group. It's a nationality. The American is the nationality. The Moorish connect you to your ancient forefathers, or me to my ancient forefathers and foremothers. But in reality, he said Moor means black. That's not true. Moor don't mean black. Moor don't mean black. Who told you Moor mean black? Here we go again. Yeah, I just write Moorish American in there. It don't make me no difference. Like, you can't tell me who I am. You can write some other. Who told you Moor means black? Who told you that? Who told you Moor mean black? Where did you learn that from? Where did you learn that from? The Clyde Pecker. Where did you learn that from? Where did you learn that from? I've been teaching this lesson for years. Where did you learn that from? Moor does not mean black. Let me tell you what happened. The term Moor, what research you got? Why don't you hit the link? Come talk to me. Come talk to me. If you can't come talk to me, then you just playing. Come talk to me. Hold up. Let me get this link up here. Let me see if you're gonna come talk to me. Let me see if you're gonna come talk to me, or you just like the text. Come talk to me. He said Greek research. That's right. Come talk to me. Show me where you get it from. He's gonna come talk to me. This is gonna be good. This be the last caller. Man, I hope y'all enjoying this conversation. I don't do this often because I'm always doing a stream. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. I'm always doing a stream. I'm always doing PowerPoints, but I want to open it. I want to open it up. Just like if the guy saying that, you know what I mean? Hey, Moor means black. Moor means black. I'm saying, come and show me. Then that's the difference between Moorish World TV and other platforms. You can get mad at me, but I will open the mic. I will open the mic. All right, hold on one second. I think he's in. While he's talking, I'm gonna go ahead and grab these receipts real quick. How you doing, Clyde? Are you there, Clyde?
Is it open?
Yeah. We in, brother. Can you hear me?
What up?
Can you hear me?
Hold on a second. Slight delay going on.
Big Dog, what it do? Big Dog, you in the building?
What?
Say it again.
Unmuted. I don't hear you on the app. I only hear you on the YouTube. Something's wrong. See, when you use these off the wall programs, man, we gotta set everything else up. And
Big Dog, are you there?
I don't know how to do this. I see the levels jumping.
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Test speaker.
Can you hear me?
That's working. Oh boy. All right, let me hear you on the YouTube. That's a hell of a delay.
All right.
Oh, you know what I think it is? This speakers, audio input mic. Got that.
Black Lightning.
Output.
Black Power.
Man, why are you hiding behind it?
What the hell's going on?
Man, here we go. Here we go. Go ahead, get it together, brother. I got Black Lightning in the building. Here we go. What's going on, Black Lightning?
What's happening, my brother? What's going on? Wake them people up. Wait a minute, what time is it? Don't wake them up. Hold up. People trying to sleep. What's going on with you, Grand Sheik? How you been, brother?
Man, I'm doing well, man. I see you got your Black Panther hat on. Is you out in the trenches?
Some work for me. I need you to do some work for me.
Nah, buddy. Hold on one second. Let me see. Big Dog, are you there? I don't know what's going on with Big Dog. Hold on. Big Dog, are you there? Yeah, we got to kick Big Dog out. I don't know what he doing. Get him out of here. All right, go ahead. Nah, man, we ain't come here to talk about doing no work and all. What you talking about, brother? What you doing? What you come here to talk about?
Need to do my bathroom. Never mind. I'm just joking. Yeah, how you been, brother? Wait a minute, am I muted?
He need to fix his bathroom.
I'm trying to put in a steam shower, and I know you the man that can do it. This man can do it. This man can actually do it. I will vouch for him on that. Let me turn my TV down. I'll vouch for you on that because he put the plumbing in and everything down there at the temple.
See, you gotta stop all that, man. Listen. Because people say I don't do nothing. I ain't built like that.
Man, he works hard. I'm just saying he can lift stuff too. I'm just saying, homeboy, glad that you ain't fired back, and you glad too because the man was a setup.
But hold up, brother.
The whole time. We ain't here to talk about you. We're here to talk about me, right?
I'm trying to figure out what you tap in for.
I tapped in to say hello, brother.
Oh, why?
And also to let that guy to say all his stuff is all tucked away. Say, brother, man, that stuff, the real deal stuff ain't never tucked away.
Brother, why are you sitting in the house at 12 o'clock at night with a Black Panther?
Now I had to come correct. I say I'm coming here. I'm coming correct. Right. I say I'm coming correct because I'm coming here.
Oh, that Big Dog, are you there? Big Dog. I don't know what Big Dog doing. Big Dog ain't saying nothing.
You know, he might be having the same problem I'm having because I can't hear you in the app.
Well, say what you got to say. Let's see if we can hear you.
It's gonna be rough with this like 10-second delay, man. But
just try it. Kick your spill.
I don't know why. I don't know what kind of program this is.
Turn your TV off and your phone up.
Hold up.
Okay, let me mute this thing because I keep hearing my feedback here.
Now listen to this. Listen, hold on. Listen.
Hear me.
Are you
more means
no, listen.
Black.
Listen, hold up.
I remember you saying in the past that people who identified those people called them Moors, which is true, but they identified them as Black people. That's why they call them Moors, because Moor means Black. Now, conversely, you have people called white, which are also, that comes from the Latin albus, meaning white. That's where you get albino from. So these things did happen. Of course, you have Niger, that means Black as well. Sudan means Black. So you have Negro means Black. Now, it depends on what type of Black and where they're located at. That's the big difference. So Moor means Black, and I know you can't make it mean Black because if you do, then that kind of kills your whole so-called Black, so-called white argument, so that's why you can't do that. And I'll let you respond because I this is a delay here.
All right. I hope he's finished. I hope you finish.
It's hard. It's hard to do this with this delay.
That's okay. I think you need to be in your YouTube account because this is going through YouTube or Gmail. You know what I mean? So, but I'm gonna give you something real quick.
Didn't ask for it.
I mean, no, you got to be logged in.
Come back in. Hold on a second.
You got to be logged in to your Gmail account. Probably.
Oh, you said, well, let me try.
All right. Now. All right. Now, I'm going to show you this real quick. I'm going to see if he can get in. I'm going to see if he can get in before we break it on down. Black Lightning, talk to me. What's happening?
Well, happy Jenna May to yourself and the family and the world. We don't do turkey buzzard days up in here, you know.
Yes, you do.
But yeah, I'm getting ready to do my Genemato, so that's why I'm all geared up and ready for action. But basically, even when I come down to the t-shirts, it's still gonna be represented. You know what I'm saying? So if he can't represent, and you know who he is, what I'm saying from the last broadcast or two, I just want to say I ain't got nothing to say about it except for we that represent always represent. You know. And as far as the yeah, it's you know difficult times in America. We have
Oh
the
my
immigrants.
goodness, man, get out of here,
Yeah,
man. Bye, man. You getting out of here talking about something. We ain't talking about no. You brother, you always come up with some stuff ain't got nothing to do with what we talk about, brother. That's what I'm saying, bro.
well,
You be tripping.
let's stick on topic. Let's stick on topic then.
Man, you gotta get out of here, man. He ain't talking about nothing we talking about, man. No, we in the country. You just want to be on here talking, man. Come on, man. Anyway, let me break this down for the brother that was talking about more mean black. In fact, family, more does not mean black. Let me give you the story. So, and I'm gonna screen share this in a second. I want to find the book where you can let me source the book first. Let me source the book. Let me source the book real quick. I'm gonna try to source the book. I think it was called. Let me see. Let me see if I can source the book real quick. I think. Oh yeah, I think it was Strabo Geography. I think that's what the book was. But anyway, Bakulu, you can come on here too. Listen. So as I taught before, and I'm gonna teach again, and I wish I could find this folder, but I had a problem with my system today. But nevertheless, let me bring brother back in, see if he up in here today.
You got me now?
Can you hear me?
I hear you through the app. I changed browsers. That's what I had to do. I don't know what.
Oh yeah, you have to go through Google. Okay, so go ahead, brother. Why you ain't showing your face? You nervous?
Again, this is a new program, so I don't even know how to work this, man.
Yeah, all right, but go ahead, brother. I got you. So go ahead, break down so people can understand what you're saying. Just don't jump out the window in one fight and all that crazy stuff.
No, I got you. All right, so more, as a lot of people know when they look it up, it comes from the Greek mora. Then that got into the Roman, because Rome comes from Greece. Then you get into, that's where you get Mauritania, Morocco, and that's black. And that's what more has traditionally meant a black person. Then once they got mixed in with others, like white slavery, and then especially once they got sent back to North Africa, then anybody who was a Muslim became known as a Moor. But
that's your spill. Let me ask you one question.
Okay.
What is your source? Is that just your commentary, or do you actually have a source?
Well, I mean, anybody looks it up, you find it in encyclopedias, history books.
All right. Now listen. So listen, brother. Listen.
Before you go, what is the literal meaning of Moor?
I'm about to share it with you, brother, and I'm gonna give you the source.
All right.
I'm gonna give you the source. So I don't have it on me right now, but I can screen share and I can give you the source. More comes from the term Mori. Mauri. Mori. And the story goes that the 3rd century geographer named Strabo, who was a Roman or a Greek, one or the other, give or take, when he was traversing towards North Africa, he came across these black people, and I'm talking about the adjective, not the noun. I'm talking about blue black people that identified themselves as the Maori tribe. All right. This is in the book Strabo Geography. written in either the 1st or the 3rd century, somewhere around there. So remember, during this time, the Romans was conquering everything. You follow what I'm saying? This is around what we call the Jesus period. You feel what I'm saying? They was conquering everything. And so he came across these people called the Mori. There was the Mori tribe. This is where the term the Moor comes from in the English lexicon and in the Greek lexicon. So what they begin to do is anybody who had that type of complexion, they would describe any and everybody as Moors.
And that complexion is what you just described.
That's right.
Black,
it's
like
an
your shirt,
adjective.
right?
It's not the tribe, though. It's an adjective.
Right.
The people didn't call themselves black. They called themselves Mori. And Mori is a designation for those who went west, those who came from the Nile Valley and went west.
Right, because that didn't include the Egyptians.
No, they came through the line of the Egyptians. And they went west and they established kingdoms, right? And so when the kingdoms up in North Africa, Numidia, all of that, these people was already calling themselves Mori because the term was in reference to those who went west. Now, what Europeans begin to do once they found this tribe, they begin to identify everybody, and they painted it with a wide brush.
Everybody else black, right?
They begin to paint everybody else. Absolutely. But the term doesn't mean black. It means Westerner or those who went west.
Okay, you know what? I could accept that.
So Moor does not mean black. And so the European, just like somebody in here say Moor, morgue, mortician, Morriga, that is the European rendition of the terminology. But that's not the essence of it.
All right, I can accept that.
You follow what I'm saying?
But you realize you still said that Moor is black.
They flipped, brother. Do you know that the swastika meant peace?
But you just said earlier.
I didn't say Moor don't mean. I didn't say Moor mean black. I say they character. Let me rephrase it. I never said it mean black.
No, you said visually they saw black people who were the Mori tribe, and they designated that to all black people that weren't Egyptian.
They listen what I'm saying. No. They designated to anybody who had what they would call a blue-black complexion.
Right.
But that doesn't mean that's what Mori mean.
Right. But
just because I call you pink, that doesn't mean that you're pink. That doesn't mean that you're pink. But now, if you are pink and you are of the Igbo tribe, are you pink or are you Igbo?
I guess you could be both.
No, are you pink or are you Igbo? We're talking about nationality. We're talking about tribal affiliation. We're talking about national origin. We're not talking about an adjective. A color is an adjective that describes the noun. Right? So a person is never an adjective. A person is a noun.
But really, a person is whatever somebody identifies that person as. Like if somebody says that you're a sucker, then that's how they identify.
No, listen what I'm saying. But that doesn't make the person a sucker, though.
But the person could be a sucker, though.
Yeah, there could be, but the could be is not definitive, brother.
That's true.
I mean,
but
listen,
check this out.
That is not definitive. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand? Let me say one more time. Do you understand that? And I like Zayed Tariq said. Do you understand that the swastika was associated with peace in India?
Yes.
So hold up, let me finish. So just because they used it in Germany and committed atrocity, does that change the essence of what the swastika stands for?
But it did change it.
No, I'm asking you, in essence, does it change what it stands for?
It doesn't change it for the Indian. But
no, it doesn't change it for anybody. It's only changed the perception.
No, it changed it for the rest of the world, though.
No. It changes the perception. It doesn't change what it is. It changes the world's perception.
Right, but that means it changed it for the rest of the world.
But it's perception. They changed the perceptions. They didn't change the essence.
But the essence is only known by few. But what's
it
changed
doesn't matter.
is known by...
This is why we wake people up, because we want to wake people up to the truth of what something really is and not what it seems to be.
Okay, put it like this. If you
what would you want to do? Do you want to know the real truth, or you wanted to paint it over truth that doesn't represent the real truth?
The whole truth, but we must accept the fact that the truth that came to be known today is still the truth.
That is not the truth. The truth has been manipulated. Come on, brother. How can that be? How can that be the truth? How can that be the truth when it doesn't represent the people who created the concept? If one creates the swastika and say, if I create something and I say, this is what this means, you don't get to come along 100 years later and say, no, now it means that. You can, and you can convince people of that. But at the end of the day, what'll happen is somebody going to figure out and say, hold up, this person played me. This don't mean that. This means this. And that's what you're dealing with the term Maury.
Right. You could say with Hitler, he stole the swastika and made it his own.
He can't make,
but just like rappers steal beats and make it their own.
But listen what I'm saying though. When someone comes along later and says, listen, that's not what that means. You can't continue to be in ignorance and say, no, but it means this now. No.
But it still does mean that now, whether you like it or
not. It does not, bro. It does not. Because if it meant that now, then we wouldn't be able to do the research and find out what it literally meant when it was founded.
But you say Maury means those who went west, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you also say that those who called them Maury from
these were Europeans. They gave us all the
hold on. But you still said, you maintain this is what you didn't switch. You said
no. I say European named us that. They named us Negro. Are we Negro?
Hold on.
Okay.
But here's the key thing. You said that they named people of a certain type they saw visually.
Yeah.
Maury.
Right.
And apply that to others.
Okay. Right.
So
now let me ask you a question.
So that's the meaning right there.
Oh, no. Let me ask you a question. Are you a Negro?
If you want to say that means black, then yes.
No. I'm asking you, are you a Negro?
For the literal meaning of black, yes.
Are you a colored person?
Yes.
So you a Negro, you black, you a colored person. Are you an Afro-American?
Black is a color.
Now I'm asking, are you an Afro-American?
There's no evidence of that.
Bro, they called you Afro-American at one point in time, though. And it was a popular term.
Then they switched it around, too.
No, you're killing your own argument.
No,
if you're not, listen, Afro-American was just as prevalent as African-American at one time.
Actually,
but
yes, it wasn't. Color was more prevalent.
No, I didn't say more or less. I say it was as prevalent as African American because everybody don't identify as African American.
I have to say it wasn't.
No, everybody don't identify as African American. Still, a large amount of people identify as black. So when I say Afro American was as prevalent as Afro American was as prevalent as Afro American at one time, I'm saying not today, but at one time it actually was.
No, I disagree with that.
Okay, but are you Afro-American? You're not African-American. Are you African-American?
No.
Now, that's a very prevalent term that they gave you.
They gave us.
That's what I'm trying to tell you that they try to do with Maury.
But Maury is different because you say that the natives say it means those who went west, but somebody else saw them as
the Europeans that came from Greece,
right,
or Rome, one of the two.
Greece.
That's what they called them, black people.
No,
just like they calling you African American, but you don't accept it.
I could have sworn you just said at the beginning that they called themselves the Maury.
They called them. Listen, let me break this down one more time. The people identify themselves as the Maury people.
Right. Those who went west.
Strabo came from Greece and came upon these people. And he said they called themselves the native name Maury. He went back and they began to say that these black people, that's his description,
right,
called themselves Maury. So the future would have it that they would associate the adjective black with the word Maury. When in fact they had it wrong because Maury doesn't mean black. Maury means Westerner or one that went west. So just because they got it,
be black, right?
Listen to me. Just because they got it mixed up, that don't mean that one should have to follow that mix up.
But just like mix it up,
just like you don't want to follow African American.
But he didn't mix it up. Because he saw black people call themselves Maury, started calling them all.
So
Moors.
People see you and they see an African and call you African American.
But what he didn't do, I'm gonna tell you how he didn't mix it up. Because he didn't call the Egyptians Moors.
But that's not the same tribe, brother.
But how you gonna
he didn't call the people Moors. He called them what they identified as. So if he went to Egypt and people call themselves Cometians, he will call them Cometians. And then we know that Kemet is associated with black, but that's not the name of the land. That's not the name of the people.
Right. You said he called them what they identify as, but then he identified them as black, and that's where he started calling them all black, except for the Egyptians.
Oh, that's his identification.
But still, that means Moor means black, as he put it.
Brother. Moor don't mean black, brother. I just told you, go get the book Strabo Geography. Brother.
Okay, to somebody else it means black, other than the tribe.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, people give you names and labels all the time. That don't mean that that's what it is.
But if they look at the people,
that doesn't mean that's what it is, brother.
They look like a Moor. That means black,
brother. They said, bro, I'm gonna say it again. If you look at my jacket and you say, well, what you have on? I say, it's a jacket. And then you say jacket means black. Is that true?
If that's the only color jacket I see at any time, then that is true.
But you know that jacket don't mean black, though.
No, if you don't give me, give me other meaning.
Jacket can come in variables, brother.
But if you only show me black, then that's all I can go by.
Well, that's your ignorance then. But that don't mean that's what jacket mean.
But did he find any other Moors that weren't black?
Brother, brother, peace, brother. I'm done, man. Bro, you defeating your own argument, brother. You can't convince nobody that argument, brother. But I appreciate you though, because you give me a chance to break this stuff down. I appreciate you, brother. I gotta go.
I don't mind educating, man. I don't mind it.
Yeah, I feel you, brother. Oh my goodness. Who we got in here? The people.
Assalamu alaikum, brother GS.
Wa alaikum salam. How you doing, my brother?
Alhamdulillah. We're the Chamorro people, the Sacman Proa tribe from Merizo, Guajan. We're Afro descendants. And just wanted to call and respectfully request whether we could be readmitted into your chat. If your administrators will allow us permission once again, requesting a passport stamp.
What are you talking about?
I can't comment on the chat.
Yeah, I'm kind of confused though. I don't have no passport stamps and all that kind of stuff. What's that?
Metaphorically speaking.
You welcome in. Talk to me, brother. What you got for me?
No, I just want to express my gratitude for you. And
where you say you from? Where you say you from, brother?
Guajan.
Guajan. Where is that at? I've never heard of that. I don't think.
It's known as Guam. We are a United States colony. We're traditionally referred to as a territory in order to romanticize the fact that the United States still holds colonies.
Okay. And where is it located? I mean, what geographical location is it?
Well, we went so far west as Chamorro people that we ended up east. Guajan was practically a resting place for the navigators of Earth.
All right.
When we used to navigate Earth freely.
Right.
So I find your discourse fascinating because we get very close to peeling back the layers of the fictionalized versions of so-called history, which is our story.
Right.
But I find it really empowering that in the language of the designs of our navigational vessels that could sail faster than the wind, the Sacman Proa is what brought us to Guajan. And the so-called slave trade made us landlocked.
What is the origin of? Is that African or something?
African, but over time, African, and it was a resting place for many navigational peoples.
So you say
the Afro diaspora, the African roots of the Chamorro people in Guajan, the place that has its own, have been deleted. in order to maintain its territorial status. And especially after the so-called occupation of Guam by the Japanese, the Chamorro peoples experienced genocide. And therefore, we're constantly experiencing this amnesia that we're witnessing now visiting the United States versus this Hispano-white nationalist ideology, which can be seen reflected in the so-called FBA community.
Oh man, he got dropped off. Something happened. I don't know what happened. Something just happened. It just dropped off. Anyway, family. Anyway, I don't know what just happened. Yeah, technology is a shame, but I don't know what. Hey, that's an old Sinetta. Nah, man. Shout out to Guahan. Shout out to Guahan, man. Anyway, family, it was a good build tonight. Work with me on Saturday, family, as we get to y'all ready for the Jive Turkey Awards on Saturday, family? Huh? Are y'all going to join me on Saturday for the Jive Turkey Awards? You know what? Y'all going to join me on Saturday for the Jive Turkey Awards, family? It's going up, family. It's going all the way up. Like I said, I usually do it. I usually do do it on Thursday or Saturday, but we're gonna do it on Saturday. Let me see something, family. Let me see. I got something I want to share with y'all before I go, family. If you get a chance, family, you know what I mean, we over here trying to make sure we get this finance right so we can go and fight this trial. I got a trial coming up. Did y'all know that? Are y'all interested in seeing the trial? I'm sorry about that, family. Y'all interested in seeing the trial? I got a trial coming up, family. Yes, girl. It's right around the corner, family. Good goodness gracious. It's right around the corner, family. Oh, man, it's right around the corner, man. Yeah. And I want to interest you in it, man. Hopefully y'all can support. I'm ready to start asking for support for this, man, because it's the real deal. It's the real deal. Hold up. It's going down, family. Let me show y'all something real quick. Let me share something with y'all, family. I don't know if I'm gonna get let me see something. I want to see if I'm gonna get. I want to show y'all. Give me 1 second. Hold up. I'm trying to bring something up real quick. Well, I can't do it right now, but listen.
Looking for the perfect t-shirt to express your personality. The stylish snapback to complete your look.
I can't bring it up right now. But anyway, in the meantime, in between time, family, look, come holler at me, family. I got in the next few days, I'm going to have some serious stuff up on the website. If it interests you, I thank you for your support. I'm gonna have quite a few things, so don't trip yet. I'm gonna have quite a few things. Let me see if I can find this window real quick. Let me see. There it is. So we got this up here. You know what I'm saying? Let me go back. Apparel for all the Moors. Oh man, we got the new Ali joint. That's right. Anybody that's Moorish, they know what that one is. They know what that is right there. That's right. Holding back that fire. Also, we got the Egyptian Adapt Tahuti beanies to actually go with the to go with that. Also, we're gonna have quite a few more of our ancestors on our gear, family. So hit me up at FaizDivine.com, family. We go, like in a couple of weeks, we're gonna have something for everybody, family. I'm gonna tell you, I just need time to get it going. You know what I'm saying? That's all I need, time to get it going. But it's on the way. I just haven't had time. Like I wish I could have time, because I'm trying to make sure. Hold up, what I'm doing here. I'm trying to make sure to have things in order so I can man, I don't know if you know, but it costs a lot to go to it costs a lot to go to trial. You know what I'm saying? So not only the traveling to get there, but also it might take about a few days. You know what I mean? I gotta be up there. So hopefully you support that. I'm also going to put up a fundraiser. Hopefully you support that, family, because but give me about a week though. Give me about a week so I can upload all of the new stuff. Man, we got Imhotep. We got Mayat. We got man, we got quite a few, man. We got quite a few hoodies coming through, man. I'm telling you, we got some stuff from the Dogon coming. We got quite a few things coming. And the thing is this, family. One thing about me, I used to like the labels, right? You know what I mean? And so I started making my own stuff or getting my own stuff made. And so whenever you see me on Moorish World TV, I always have on my own thing because I'm not promoting anybody else thing. And the only reason now that I'm putting it on the sale, and I've been selling them here and off and on, but I used to go to events. But I'm doing it now because everybody was asking, where do I get that hat? Where do I get this? Where do I get that? Especially Moors, you know what I mean? So that's why and I like our culture in full. I don't like just a part of our culture. Like I don't like just the Moorish side or just the Kemetic side or just like I said, the Dogon side or just I like our culture in full, long as it aligns with truth. And so that's the type of garments that I like to rock. You know what I'm saying? Like I like to rock that. Like and mine is conversational pieces. I don't like gaudy stuff. Y'all be liking gaudy stuff. You know what I mean? With all that old flashy stuff. I like mine to be very basic, very simple. So if that's what you like, that's the type of stuff that you're going to find on the website in the next coming weeks. You're going to see a whole bunch of very subtle stuff that it ain't going, like it's going to be a conversation piece because I've conversation even on the Divine 7. People be pulling me up like, I like that. Where you get that from? So support that, family. Support that. I can't stand flamboyant stuff all over the place. Like a whole bunch of 7s on a sweatshirt. Nah, we ain't doing all that. If that's what you like, we ain't doing all that. Or like a whole bunch of Kemetic stuff everywhere. And I mean a big old King Tut we ain't doing that. We're gonna have just basic stuff. We're gonna have Tut, but he's just gonna be basic. We're gonna have just basic stuff and just crisp, like DM say, sharp. We're gonna have basic sharp stuff. That's it. That you can wear casually and you ain't sitting out there looking like you about to be in a circus or something. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing none of that. But anyway, family, I appreciate you joining me. I hope y'all didn't eat too much of that bird. Anybody that eat bird, you need to know that that's the reason you're going to be tired. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason you're going to be tired for eating a lot of bird. Yeah? Something in that bird. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, family, I appreciate you. El Suit Typhon. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do a reboot of that show you talk about too. I'm going to do a reboot about that show. So I appreciate you, family. Get your own Corona, you can be a godless on it. I put the fans back in the hood and in the good, now don't it? Get your own Corona, you can be a godless on it. Let me ask you, who doing it like Tariq Nasheed? Nobody. Who the people's grand sheep? I am. Huh? Show me a more doing it like Tariq Nasheed. Ain't nothing. And I shut my mouth. Let's go. I can't wait.
This harvest season, it's time to gather the wisdom and knowledge that will nourish your spirit and elevate your mind. The Morish Science Temple of America, Noble Temples, is excited to present our annual harvest season sale, a special opportunity to deepen your understanding of Moorish science, history, and teachings. For a limited time, get the bundle, a collection valued at nearly $60, on sale for just $50. This powerful package includes the Holy Quran of the Moorish Science Temple of America, the questionnaire, the essential guide to understanding your divine science and heritage, the divine constitution and bylaws, the foundation of Moorish law and order, the additional laws, plus the Moorish Literature Noble Temples Expanded Edition, with over 60 pages of in-depth history, writings, and teachings from the early days of the Morish Science Temple of America. These sacred texts have inspired generations and are now available at an unbeatable price. Whether you're deepening your knowledge or sharing the wisdom with others, this bundle is an invaluable resource for your journey. Visit at www.mstofA.nobletemples.com today and don't miss out on this opportunity to uplift your mind and soul. The harvest season. Sale ends soon. Secure your bundle before it's too late. The Moorish Science Temple, nourishing your spirit, guiding your path.
And I shut my mouth. Let's go. I can't wait.